In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to take a simple prop like a ring and parent it and create a wearable preset for Genesis 2 female. If you've extracted these files for this product, this tutorial series, you will find a folder J. Greenlee's, and in here you will find bonus content. And in there you will find two def files, which are materials, and then the OBJ, which is the practice ring, which is what we're going to use to parent or to put a ring on the finger of Genesis 2. So what you're going to do is you're going to go File, Import, and then you're going to navigate to that file, practicering.obj. You're going to hit Open, and when this window pops up, if it isn't on set on DAZ Studio 1 unit equals 1 centimeter, then you need to select that. Just click this arrow and then click DAZ Studio 1 unit equals 1 centimeter. The ring will come in perfectly sized and approximately where the finger is that I want it on. So we're going to hit accept, leave everything default otherwise. And you can't see it, but it is in the scene, so I'm going to focus on it. And there we go. So there's a simple ring, and it's a little bit... Now actually I did a good job at fitting it to her finger. So you should have it in approximately the same place. I do suggest you use base Genesis 2 female. Don't use a character preset at this point. So what we're going to do now is we are going to parent it to Genesis. So I'm going to find out what finger this is and what section. So click on it, and the hierarchy opens to right mid 2, but I know that's not the right one, so it's right mid 1. I'm going to take the ring, and on right mid 1 I'm going to drag the ring and drop it on there. So now it's parented. So if I move the hand, we'll go up to the hand at all, the ring will follow. So we're going to click reset. In the folder you'll also see diamond and ring. These are shaders that I've given you that just so that you have something to put it on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it to my library, and I'm going to take it to my shader presets, and I've got a folder called mine, and I'm going to paste them. You can put them anywhere you want them. So I'm going to take my shaders, and then I'm going to come down to my shader, mine, and then I'm going to go back into the scene hierarchy, click on the ring, I'm going to choose my surfaces tab, and then diamond. To apply a shader, you have to select the object, and then in the surfaces tab you need to select which part you're applying the shader to. You can select the whole thing and apply one shader, or you can apply it to the different material zones. For the instance, I'm going to apply diamond to diamond and ring to ring. So I'm going to click on diamond, and if I tilt this up, you won't see the diamonds will actually seem to disappear. But if you render, you'll see that they are now have a texture to them. So then I'm going to select ring, double click on the ring, render again, and we have a silver ring with diamonds on it. It's not the greatest materials, but this is just to set it up. You can add your own materials later. Okay, now we're going to make it a wearable. The first thing we want to do though is save the asset information of the ring so that we have our data files. We do not want an auto-adapted folder. We want data files set up the proper way. And the best way to do that is we are going to choose our folder. First of all, I'm going to save it under people, Genesis 2 female, and I think it's accessories. No, you can put it under clothing, but I'm going to actually create an accessories or jewelry, whatever. Create a subfolder. This is mine, so I'm going to call it jewelry. Alright, now that we've got that saved, we're going to make sure the ring is selected, File, save as, and this is where you're going to use the support assets. This is a figure prop asset, so we are going to save that. Then it's going to ask us where we're going to save it, and I'm going to go to my library, people, Genesis 2 female, and by my jewelry folder, and then I'm going to call this JG ring and hit save. Now it's going to pop up this. In the other tutorial I showed you where when you filled out the information, your name would appear. This is where it's going to appear. If you filled out that information, your vendor name should read what you entered in that first screen. Since I don't save that information, I'm saving under JG. The product name, this can be anything you want it to be. I'm going to call it practice. And then it's JG ring. You can set the content type, set category, set compatibility, all that. If you set compatibility, go ahead and female, Genesis 2 female. You can set the content type, which it is a follower, accessory, and arm. It is the right hand. And didn't get it. Okay, well, right hand. There we go. Hit accept. You can set the category, which comes up with this options. So I will set it to default accessories, hands, like that. And you can set compatibility with. I'm going to go ahead and leave that alone. You can have it smart parented, which we would leave all this off. And I do not compress my files because if I have to go back and change something, it's easier and I don't have to decompress them. Hit accept and you will see the screen flash by and it saved the ring. So now what we're going to do is unparent and then we're remove that one from the scene. Have Genesis selected and then load the ring. And as you see, it parented itself straight to right mid 2. Now you could leave it this way if you really wanted to, or you can save it as a wearable. Usually it's easier just to save it that way, but if you want to save a wearable, I'm going to show you both ways of doing this. Now, one thing to note is sometimes when you're creating a product, jewelry or whatever, you may have to do more to fit other figures. So what you would want to do is go ahead and, actually I'm going to do people, dial a character, Gia, and then I'm going to go ahead and focus in on the ring. And while it fits, it's got a couple problems. So I would want to create a morph. And I'll go over morphs later, but for, now it's going to need a little tweaking. So we're going to go back to Genesis 2 female, take off Gia, reset that, go back to our scene. Okay, now we're going to save this as a wearable. So what you do is you select Genesis. Sounds weird, but it's not. It's a wearable for Genesis 2 female, so you're going to select the figure. Then you're going to hit the plus sign in your directory, or you can go File, Save As, Wearable, Preset, and navigate to that folder, which right there, jewelry. I'm going to call this JG Ring Wear. And I'm going to click Save. It comes up with this, and I don't want to save the underwear and top she's wearing, just the ring. I'm going to take off the compressed file. Now, if you're like creating a boot or a shoe and you want the shoe to load and pose her foot at the same time, you can do that. But the ring doesn't need to be have pose, so I'm not worrying about that. Go ahead and click accept, and then you've got your wearable. Really easy. We'll unparent and remove, and then load the wearable. And make sure, though, you have Genesis 2 selected, and it goes straight to the ring mid 2. So in a future tutorial, I will show you how to create morphs for another project, and then you can use the ring. For now, you could scale up or down or whatever you need to for your figure. It's the most simple but I wanted to show you how to create the ring and parented it and get it into your files. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you got any questions, feel free to ask me. I'm always available on the forums somewhere. You can site message me or whatever. Thank you.